Hi, I'm Ralph Hesse, and I feel great to have this opportunity to get a chance to speak with everyone. So the theme is on prayer, and what I'd like to share with you is an experience that I had some years ago listening to a sermon. This was before my wife and I came to MacKay, and the theme of the sermon was that when we pray, it, it makes a lot more sense to ask God for strength, to ask God for you to do things to change the world instead of to ask God to change the world. That it's not about a wish list and saying, I want this and I want that, but instead it's about seeking strength from God, seeking strength through your faith in God to make the world better. And of course, a sermon like that makes a lot of sense, but I initially felt kind of bad about listening to it because a lot of times when I pray, I have to confess, I ask for things. But what I'd like to share is that I think that can be okay depending on what your expectations are about. For instance, I have a theme in many of my prayers, and I know it probably sounds a little silly, but I'll talk to God and I'll ask God that I would like Him to make every weapon, every bullet completely useless. That if there's anything that has to do with killing or with harming, to just sort of snap your fingers and make everything of that impotent. Now, I realize that prayer will never be answered. Or I realize that prayer will never be answered. And one might think, well, then why do you do it? I mean, you're just going to walk away frustrated, and maybe it's a kind of an immature approach, just to ask for things. But in my opinion, I'm talking to God. I want Him to know how I feel. It's all about the fact that when I pray, this is a time when I can ask for anything without embarrassment, that I can really share exactly how I feel and what I want, recognizing full well that I may not get it. It's part of that psychology, if you will, that sometimes you just need someone to listen to you, and that if you have someone lovingly, I can't say that word well, listen, then you feel better and you feel more fulfilled by how you feel. And so I just wanted to share with you that we may often hear that maybe it's a little bit more immature to just pray for stuff. That I think if you approach it in a way in which you're not really expecting to get it, but that you just want to communicate, that it's all about you just sharing how you feel, that's a meaningful way of praying. I know for me, it's a meaningful way of praying. Thank you.